This is a story about a nice small city named Vikramnagar. This city is named after the king who had ruled the city centuries ago. The name is Vikramnagar. The city is situated at the foothills of the Himalayas. It is an extremely beautiful and picturesque city. The beauty of nature is scattered almost in each and every atom of sand, water, and air over here. This city has many temples and has an impressive mythological background. It is a saying in this city that Lord Shiva is the guardian of this city. It was around 11 p.m. The entire city was blanketed with darkness. It was pitch black. There was not a single person outside their homes. It was one of the coldest nights of the year. There was a single bridge connecting to the outer world. The bridge looked scary and empty and without any lights on the bridge. It was difficult to make out anything in this dark night. There was not even a single living soul there on the bridge. Suddenly, two high-beamed lights bounced back from the railings of bridge. The bridge came to life. The car was driven without any sense of direction, as if the driver has lost control over the car. The driver seemed drunken, but he was screaming very loudly, but his sound was not heard outside the car. His screams were becoming louder and louder. He was trying vehemently to get out of the car, but it seemed like the car has become alive and was not in mood to let him go. The car was speeding at a fatal speed. Then, with a loud bang, car broke the railings and dropped dead in the river below. The bang was so loud that everyone woke up with a sense of fear in their hearts. The car was now completely in the flames. The smell of petrol was so heavy as if the entire city were covered in it. People ran out of their homes to the bridge. They saw the most horrific scene of their lives. The driver was screaming louder and louder, and it seemed that he was boiling from inside. Though the screams are very loud, outside there was no sound at all apart from the sound of the fire and the flow of the river. Finally, the driver died in agony, and then everybody came to their senses. Someone called the local police. Police jeep arrived on the scene with an inspector and a few constables. They had to cover their noses because of the smell of burnt flesh and gasoline. Inspector's name is Ravindra Thakur. Ravindra watched the scene very closely to determine whether it was an accident or something else. From the first sight, he was not able to see any signs of foul play. It seemed that driver lost control over the car and fell in the river. He wrote accident in the police report and asked to send his body for postmortem, though he knew that they are not going to find anything new. The whole area was cordoned as they were waiting for the forensic unit. As it was late, they were going to take some time to come. Due to the remote area and a smaller number of crimes in the vicinity, most of the time the forensic department used to have ample amount of free time. But the head of the department, Sandhya Chakravarti, is an industrious girl. She is just 27 years of age, but too mature in comparison to her age. She always keeps herself busy in researching the old cases, getting connected to the forensic science research groups worldwide. She is an honest and lovely girl. After an hour or so, she and her team reached the site of accident. She started to carefully examine the scene of accident. She inquired about the body and why was it removed to the constable. She scolded the constable by saying, "Is this your first time on the scene? You don't know a simple fact that nobody touches the crime scene before we collect all the samples." The constable looked at Ravindra with the request in his eyes to answer her questions. Ravindra said that it was very late and due to the burning of body, He decided to send the body as early as possible to the post-mortem department, which may enable them to identify the body. This was a logical explanation, and Satya calmed down. She started to examine the vicinity of car. The car was completely burned and a very distinct smell of burning rubber was present in the air. Satya asked the photographers to take the pictures from all the sides. She couldn't find anything, so she went to the bridge. The railing was broken by the sheer force and speed of the car. There were long skid marks of tires on the road. From the first inspection, it was looking like an accident. But Satya was a thorough police professional and she even doubts her own shadow. She asked the photographer to take the pictures of skid marks, the broken railing, and the bridge itself. FIR was registered and people started to scatter. It was quite late in the night, plus, it was one of the coldest nights in that region. All the people, including policemen, wanted to go home and feel safe and warm. Ravindra and Sandhya were discussing something, and the constable came to seek permission to leave the site and go home. Ravindra said, "Yes, go home, everyone, and be safe." Satya was not feeling comfortable. She was having some chills and uneasiness. Ravindra asked, "Are you okay?" She said yes, but her gut feeling was saying something else. Suddenly, a pack of wolves cried in the nearby jungle, and both missed a heartbeat because of the timing of the cry. It was a scary cry which makes you feel fear till your bones. Satya grabbed Ravindra's hand in panic and held it very tightly. The entire area was pitch black. The kingdom of darkness was only challenged by two people. The cry made it worse, and they both felt deep down their heart that something is odd about tonight. Ravindra said, "Let me drop you at your home," and without any hesitation, Sandhya said yes. Ravindra started his jeep and Satya sat next to him. They were able to see the bridge in the rear view mirror. It gave Satya goosebumps. They were not aware, but two eyes were staring them quietly without any emotions, as if they were made up of stone. Satya finished the prayer and now she is feeling okay. Ravindra felt the same vibes but did not say anything as he is a strong-willed man. After a while, a shadow appeared on the bridge once everything stood still. That shadow was looking in the direction of that jeep. Slowly, that shadow turned into mist and its atoms were scattered into air, leaving no traces behind. Ravindra dropped Satya at her home and stayed there till she went it and turned on the lights. Then he left for his home with a thought in his mind. Why was he feeling odd tonight? What was missing? Did he overlook some details? With all these thoughts rummaging his mind, he did not realize that he reached his home already. He parked his jeep on the foyer and went inside. He decided to visit the scene of accident again in the morning once the post-mortem report is given to him. Meanwhile, Satya at her home was thinking the same thing and decided to visit the scene again in the morning to check if she missed anything or not. The sun fought the darkness by spreading its ray of light everywhere, and the city is alive again by shedding the layers of laziness and leaving the warmth and comfort of the beds. Ravindra reached to his police station and asked the constable about the post-mortem report. The constable told him that he will get the report in an hour. Normally, they do not conduct post-mortem if the body arrives late in the evening, but due to the temperature and condition of the body, they decided to start in the evening. Ravindra said to the constable that he is going to check the accident scene once again and call him as soon as the post-mortem report comes in. At this time, Satya was also in the office and pushing his team to give her the report around all the samples collected from the accident scene. She asked the junior about the post-mortem report and got the same answer as Ravindra. Hence, she also decided to visit the accident scene again. What will they find at the scene? What will be the post-mortem report? Is it an accident or a murder? To know all the answers, wait for next episode.